Okay, so we are at Whole Foods Market.
Woo!
Oh, wow, you're close. I'm filming with my camera phone. Anyway, one of the most popular questions we get asked is what?
About the chicken.
About the chicken. So many people say, where do you find your pasture-raised chicken? And
we're going to show you.
Yeah. So there's a couple of different ways that we deal with chicken, and sometimes we don't eat pasture-raised chicken.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, before we go into Whole Foods and see what they have, I wanted to show you guys a few other resources and places you can find pastured chickens near you, especially if you don't have a Whole Foods or another market where you can find them. So the first place I like to go is here to Google, and we'll just type in pastured chicken. So you can see just based on putting in pastured chicken, you're going to see some ads here from some different online retailers. If you're using Google for your search, it'll actually bring up a map showing some possible locations where they have them. And then, lots of different useful links. A couple of them that I wanted to show you right away was first of all, Eat Wild. Now this one brought up Eat Wild Arizona automatically because that's where I live, and Google knows that. So, but if I go here to Eat Wild's home, you can see that this site is dedicated to kind of helping build a list of farms that grow food as natural as possible. So if you come up here in the top left, you'll see the shop for local grass-fed meat, eggs, and dairy. And then they've got a map of the United States you can click on. They do District of Columbia, International, Alaska, Hawaii, and Canada. So it's super simple. You click on your state, and then it will list all of the known locations of farms or sources that might have what you're looking for. Now, this is not a list of just pasture-raised chicken. You may not have anyone in your area that has chickens like that, but it's a great resource for other things like beef and other meats, as well as other fruits and vegetables, and I guess eggs, meat, and dairy on this section. But down here you can see on the left you've got fruits and vegetables and some other things, as well as a lot of good information. If you pull up your page and you're like, wow, I don't want to read through all this, you can just use the search, your browser search, Control F on a PC. That's it, as in Control F for find. Or you can just come to the menu up here and click on find, and then I just type chicken. So you can see it will highlight the word chicken, and I can just quickly at a glance see who even offers chicken, and then if it looks like they do offer chicken, I can come in here and see if it's something that looks like it might meet what we want. For example, this is one of the places I first heard of Primal Pastures. Even though I'm in Arizona, they're listed on here because they do ship to Arizona, even though they are in California. Now, the one thing I should mention is if I mention any website on here, this is not a sponsored video. No one is paying me to call them out or mention them. I'm just trying to be helpful in helping you guys find sources for healthy chicken specifically today. So this is a great resource, eatwild.com. The other one, if we come back here, is, and I think it comes right up in here. Yeah, so right here you see the Consumer Guide to Pasture Poultry popped up in Google, and this is actually the American Pastured Poultry Producers Association. What a name to say 3 times fast, right? And they got some really great information on here, so it's a good resource just for information. They also have a directory. And this directory actually has a built-in search feature, which is kind of nice. You can see that I was in here searching because I know we have a lot of Canadian viewers as well, so I was searching to see what they had in Ontario and had one come up there. So there are some locations outside of the US in here. But what the instructions tell you to do is just type in your state, and it will bring up whatever they have on their database in here as pastured poultry farmers. So some of them will have websites. Some of them just have a phone number or whatnot, but a great resource as well. One of the things I want to mention when you're searching for pastured chickens specifically is even though they're pasture raised, they may not necessarily be pasture raised with the lectin-free diet in mind. So a lot of chickens that are pasture raised are still supplemented with soy and corn. So you can see this particular farm specifically calls out the fact that they are giving them feed that is free of soy and corn. So just some things to watch out for. The other thing is if you're not familiar with some of these websites like Grassroots, I just clicked on Grassroots because it was at the top. No, I'm not sponsored. This video is not sponsored by Grassroots. Maybe I'll do one in the future and test them out. But just in browsing, I noticed that they sell. You can buy a box. You can buy a whole chicken, thighs, or chicken breasts. So just kind of compare what I'm able to buy in the store. I look at the whole chicken, and they're charging $18 for between a 3 to just about 4-pound chicken. So you're looking, right around $6 per pound, which is pretty average, to be honest with you. The nice thing is it ships anywhere in the lower 48 states. And if you order over $75, you get free shipping. Now, it sounds like an ad, but I'm just pointing this out because shipping can get kind of expensive. So the things that I've noticed as I've been browsing different websites is some offer free shipping no matter which order it is, and there's no minimum. But you'll usually see a higher price for the chicken, in the $20, $22, $23 rate. The other thing is usually you get a pretty good deal on a whole chicken versus, let's just say, buying chicken breasts. So if I come down here, you can see that we're at $14 for only 12 to 15 ounces. But you have to take into consideration a lot of these chickens are coming from very small farms. They're not going through the big mass producing. So a lot of these, chickens are prepared, or the chicken breasts are prepared in a way that just simply costs more to the farmers or to whoever's preparing them. So you're going to pay a little bit more. So if you don't mind dealing with the whole chicken, you will get a little bit better value on a whole chicken, usually in price, than you will on the chicken breast. The one thing that I want to point out is Whole Foods has this 5-step labeling on their meats. If you've been in there, you've seen it. Adhering to the Global Animal Partnership 5-star animal welfare rating. I'll show you that right here. A lot of these farms that you'll find when you're searching that are down here in these, step 1 through 3 areas is they're saying, hey, we have, our chickens have access to the outdoors and we encourage them to go out. Well, if they're not really pasture centered or greater, then they're actually an entirely different breed of chicken. So anything in the step 4 and above is using different breeds of chicken entirely. The reason for that is the chickens that are used for this, they're not really a breed that likes to go outside. They don't really like to move around much. They just kind of, hang around. And one of the reasons for that is because they grow so fast. And when they grow so fast, it's hard on their bodies. They don't like, moving around very much. I'm assuming it's either painful or it's just awkward, because they grow so fast. Keep that in mind when you're saying, oh, hey, we open up our doors and we encourage them to go outside. You need to really look into it, because if the breed of chicken that they are raising in these doesn't even want to go outside, it doesn't even want to run around and try and chase little crickets and things, because it's too much effort. Okay, so now that we sort of know what these steps mean, I'm gonna take you back to the video when we went into Whole Foods and just show you the pasture-raised chicken we have in there. Okay, so here is the pasture-raised whole chicken.
And how much is it? Step 5?
Yeah, so it's step 5. And how much is it?
There we go.
$25.
$25 for a
6 pounds of chicken.
6 pounds of chicken.
So that turns out to be what per pound?
$6 a pound.
Which actually is not terribly bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had Mary's pasture-raised chickens. So as I mentioned before, I always like to do a little research about the farms and find out, how they raise their chickens. And then, even though it's a step 5, you can see right here, I went to their website. I'm on their pasture-raised chicken. Notice right here on the diet, they, talk about their a vegetarian diet, and they feed them, supplement their diet because obviously they're out roaming around in the fields. They're going to eat the bugs and crickets and grass and whatever. Um, but they supplement their diet with 65% corn, 30% soybean. Just pay attention to that. If you're like us and you say, you know what, rather than worrying about this so much, what we have done for 2 reasons. We just don't eat as much chicken. The other reason is it's expensive. So, prior to, going on this super healthy diet, we had, probably the equivalent of a chicken breast about 4 or 5 times a week per person. Nowadays, we might have the equivalent of a standard chicken breast per person 1 a week. So we eat a lot less chicken. And we've just found a lot of other, yummy recipes, which we have a lot of them on our website that we eat instead. So hopefully you found that video helpful. We try and bring you content that will make your healthy eating easier. So if you like this video, give it a like. Let us know in the comments. If you have other topics you'd like us to cover, please leave a comment on this video or any of our others, and we try and follow up on the videos and read the comments for suggestions, and we love getting your suggestions. If you're new to our channel, please hit subscribe and the notification button, which will let you know when we post videos. We try to post about once a week. Sometimes it goes a little longer in between, depending on how busy life is. But that's our aim. And we try to mix up our content a little bit. Our videos aren't just straight recipe videos. We try and do a lot of recipe review videos because we've learned that a lot of these recipes take a lot of time, effort, and can be complex as well as expensive or seemingly expensive. So we take a lot of recipes, we show you, all of those things, and then give you a taste test at the end. To help you decide if it's a recipe you want to try. So thank you everyone for your support, and we'll see you on the next video.